What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So it's Sunday, which means our Sunday little stock and options conversation. We're talking about the market, how it opened, where I think it's going, what to look out for the week, or just kind of my thoughts in general. Price action trader. Excuses are, there's always an excuse. Keep an eye on them, but really worry more about the price. And this week is actually going to be interesting. So before we get into it, last week I talked about having a relief rally, right? So last week we'd access to the S&P. We sold off into here one of these days. And I talked about, is this going to be a relief rally? As in, like, we bounce up. You know, this is a weekly zone on this pink zone. So I'm thinking, could we hit to that? That's personally where I'm looking to go short. Just some kind of shorts covering, shorts taking profit. We get back in going short. Nothing's really changing my mind as far as it being bearish. That being said, all we did last week was establish a range. So throughout this whole stream, the context right now is I'm thinking relief rally, some kind of up. But we haven't done this. Let's just kick it off with our charting patterns worth it. That's in the title, it's in the thumbnail. Here is the hammer candle. A lot of people love to talk about that. Look at the hammer candle. That's a bullish candle pattern. It goes up. And on the context of things, that is a bullish candle. Buyers did end it at the top. Bulls are in control. We haven't talked about this in a while, but I've broken down a candle into 5 sections. From wick top to wick bottom. Closing at the middle's neutral. Closing a little bit above, it's bullish. Closing, at the highs, very bullish, and then vice versa, bearish versus very bearish. You can see here, we close at the top. Here's, we've seen a bunch. Here's another hammer candle. It's red, right? Bulls close at the top. We got some follow through. Here's another one that's red, but got some follow through. You'll see some here that loose. Candle patterns are not everything. Here's another one. I did this just the other day, and it was as I was going through this with the YouTube members, I was just showing them how it can lose because they actually. I lost it. Anyway, you're going to see a hammer candle, and it just continues down. Crap. Well, look hard enough, you will find it. Candle patterns as a whole, you could teach it all in a pamphlet. Okay, it's not really anything. It's not the picture of the candle. There's bullish engulfing. There's the abandoned baby. They got all kinds of names and cool stuff, but it's the context behind it that actually matter. So right now, I would say, to go off and buy it just because of the shape of that candle, you'll probably lose. I think there's actually a statistic, if you just played every picture and you just set up a bot to trade, hey, if you see that picture, do this, you lose. Because it's not the picture of the candle, it's what made that candle in the first place, where the buyers and sellers actually are. And this particular time, it tells you, hey, we did try, and it failed. Buyers closed at the top. So bulls are in control. Essentially out of that game of tug of war, we're leaning that way. So the general context of things is, hey, we're down, but this might be already a dip buy for the bears. Now, if we were in a bullish market, most of these hammer candles I just showed you are in a bullish market. We're kind of buying the trend. And looking at the weekly, this isn't so bad. We just broke some lows, but just going off the context of that, I've seen a lot. I try to pick out something. What helps me teach you guys is I do watch other YouTubers and hear everyone's thoughts. Whether I agree with them or not, I know a lot of other people watch them. That's where they're getting their insight. I saw a lot of people talking about this for the week. And even though I am bullish, I can tell you right now, 0% of that had anything to do with why I'm bullish. Think we go green? I think a lot of people do. Also hearing that in bear markets, Fridays are green. What do you say about that? Let's take profit Friday. Right? It doesn't happen all the time, but we talk about it in the group all the time. If I tell my mentorship chat, take profit Friday, they know what that means, whether institutions are taking profit or not. But if you're short and you're taking profit, you're buying back your positions to close. You sold to open, buy to close, and buyers. So if last Friday was a take profit Friday, that's exactly what they did right before the bell. All right, guys, let's close our positions, and boom. Buyers came in, and the dip buy crowd is there. That's what usually happens in like the rip your face off rallies. Now this whole week, now I'm talking about a relief rally. Forget every zone I have on this chart right now. As a matter of fact, yeah, forget it all. Right now, we're looking for two things. Buyers right here. Let's go sellers right here. Someone in my mentorship actually, in Landon, admin, just made this, and I'm going to bring that up just so you can see what we're talking about. The sell everything line, the buy everything except Lucid Rivian. I'm actually out of my Lucid puts. I wrote those all the way down. I did close those just because they were a nice profit. They did tag out, though. So we kind of have this horizontal pattern right here. Now here's the play for this whole week. I'd give it there. That's good. When you see something horizontal, I want you guys to remember this picture and put this in your head. Because you've read my mentorship chat, you know, it's when it's down like that, it wasn't exciting. So largely the conversation was between me and a couple others. They're bearish. They bought puts. You know, I bought the dip. As we did push up, I bought SQQQ. I'm still long. I'm kind of hoping SQQQ is red, and I add on. I take the profits from these long plays, grab that more. Point is, everything I just said was not, oh, I'm going to bag hold SQQQ. Like, that's what you guys do. All of that is in the plan before I ever click the buy button in general. But this is the play. As we get to a top of a horizontal pattern right here, buyers, sellers, that's the game. As soon as we get outside, people that were short, they're stopping out. The people that are in my group that are short right now, they're stopping out. As much as we can poke fun at each other, well, most of them, unless they're quiet. The ones that are talking, that are active, they're stopping out right here. They're stopping out. They have no problem going long, getting back in. And then vice versa. So I'm long right here. And yeah, any of my positions that are green come Monday morning, stops go in the green. You know, I'm not foolish. That's a drop base. We got a drop base rally or a drop base drop. As soon as we do break out, it's going to look like that. Or let's say we we come down here and then it breaks. Like that's your plan. If we can go sideways for a whole nother week, this will eventually be one of the plays that happens. So getting caught up in any what, why, reason, rates. Are we going to pause rates? Are we going to increase the rates 19 times? Are we going to increase them 2 times? Be careful with all the noise and BS. And just remember this play right here. If you're short, this is where you're getting in. If you're playing the breakout play, you know. So there's a lot of plays just inside this right here. Horizontal until night, especially if you're in the futures market. In the futures market, money is being made on these days. I've been in the future market for most of this, and it has been amazing. It's been easy to make money, right? Because they just go for a run, and all you got to do is trail. But as soon as that breaks out, now we're looking for buyers. Breaks the lows, now we're looking for sellers. Nothing changes this week. So to everybody calling out long, short, whatever it is, it's a coin toss right now. The people that really lose are the ones that have no risk management. Let me get my zones back. How far back? We did a lot of movement. There we go. I saw that one. Just trade the charts and shut the F up. Best advice ever. It is, because there was headlines that we might pause the rates, and people thought that was the bullish pop-up. Like, okay, so we're going to use rates as the excuse. Because raising rates will fight inflation, but as far as, like, everyone's lives, nothing's changing. Real estate's not crashing because of it. Nothing. Futures are clean now. Not crappy low-volume wick stop hunts. Right now, futures. Let's start off. Let's get on with the show. You guys are here. Dollar. I did take another long dollar position. So if I'm wrong and the market is bullish, dollar will probably pull back and test this. The reason I just went long is more of a continuation play. Ultimately, I am long in my portfolio, so if anything, that would end up being a hedge against that. Be funny if it broke out to the upside and then tanked to 410. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's ultimately what I think. We'll touch on that again. I think we do break to the upside, and I think the bulls they forget about the red, and they get a abrupt reminder. Okay, yeah. To answer this question for everybody, if you bought the Teachable Suite you should have an email from me, unless you have them turned off. Half of you guys do. If you did have that turned off, then message me in Discord and I'll send you the email. That's to everybody that bought the trading suite. If you buy the trading suite, now you need to have the emails turned on. That's how I reach out to you guys. If you guys want in my chat in mentorship, because it comes with it now, that's the upgrade. I have to be able to get a hold of you. So I will email you the Discord link. So anyway, lifetime is just something we added on and we're doing now. That way there's no more, if you don't want to, no more monthly or anything like that. Just one time, you have literally everything. So, I'm going to assume you didn't get the email from me. It's on your Teachable. I thought I had an image up. It's going to look something like this. Make sure that's toggled on. I'm not spamming anybody. That is me reaching out to you guys. Alright, so anyway, took a long dollar. By that, I went British pound US dollar short right before the stream, so yeah, nothing's changed. Still short, but in fact, my stop is actually right above this little. Right now, the only thing I'm playing now, bear flag or reversal. Reverses I'll tag out. If it continues, we're rocking and rolling. As far as the Russell goes, now out of all of these, did you notice we just spent a whole lot of time on the S&P and it was like sideways? The Russell's just lower lows and lower highs. To be fair, the people that are short in my group, sorry, I got a hair touch. They're short the Russell, which I don't know if I would even. I'm not in this one at all because I do think relief rally, but I'm watching tech. I'm watching like the big names, not anything in this. I have XLF leaps, I have financials leaps, so hopefully financials can pick this up a bit, but I haven't even checked. Right now, it's just working its way down. You're just playing a trend play right now if you're short the IWM. Hopefully it holds that zone right there. We can call that a fake out scenario. Ooh, man. Other than that, I mean, where I would catch a knife is down here. Yeah, I'd look for IBM down there. IWM down there, sorry. Very big difference. What's that from the highs? Ooh, right, a 30% crash. I don't know why. 30% crash. It's a number made up in my head right now, but it just sounds good. Fits the narrative. Got a nice little clean crash. We erased the whole Rona business. Close that whole chapter. Tech, again, same as SPY, just kind of sideways. So we're bullish above here, bearish below here, while I am in long positions. That goes out the window. You think I'm bag holding for any reason? You think I'm worried about that? You think I'm sticking it to the man, or I'm going to show somebody what's up? Trade the charts you have, not the ones you want. There's no movement, except movement from money out of your account into somebody else's that actually knows the mechanics about how the stock market works. Even the boy Jim Cramer hinting? What was he hinting at? It's headed south or more? When everyone's talking about puts, you know it's time to close them. Small caps will rally. Maybe. I just don't think, even if you guys come here to get my opinion, and I'm trying to give you like my overall, but I really want to stress right now, not that there's times you can I think you put things in your favor. It's not really a coin toss. In the end, the next candle is going to be red or green. But the market has been so, this last week, all we did was range bound, and we ripped it like a kid running around some padded walls, just from bouncing back and forth. So I'd be careful with who the, I don't know, the call-outs you listen to. People that can just come out and tell you this is what's happening. This is the time I would be worried. Why are they saying that's the only way it can go? Like, I think everyone with their advice should have a disclaimer that this is crazy. Without that, I gave you the mechanic reference last stream. You know, like the guy that changes oil in his driveway. If you tell him your car's making a noise, he's going to give you one answer. And that's cool. He's not trying to scam you. He doesn't know. Where a real mechanic will tell you there's probably about 10 things that noise could be. And that's it. I don't know how to remind you. You guys ever notice this? Every time you tell something's wrong with your car, someone says it's the head gasket. Is that just me? Oh, it's probably a head gasket. It's not anything else. Not the coils. Not just nothing. Head gasket. I don't know why that cracks me up. I've probably heard head gasket is the issue probably more than anything in my entire life. Is that just me? Love you, Don, but I cannot invest because of you now. I mean, if you're gonna invest, at least buy it at the dips. As far as cues, I'd hate to change this. You know, right now I almost want to change it to that right there. Scoot it down just a bit. That's a weekly zone drawn from up there. These are the wicks on that week. But right now, I'm going to focus on just this right here. You know, like I said, we're range bound until this breaks. And until the market throws off a definite direction, that's just kind of where I care about things right now. It's always a solenoid. I'd even accept that. Like, oh, okay, well, at least it's that. That or a slave cylinder. Usually everyone's like, head gasket. After that, it's the engine. Or just 100% the transmission. It's toast. As things opened up, they did... It was red enough for me to put in the thumbnail that futures opened red, but that's nothing. And as far as that goes, I can't tell you bullish or bearish because we got a lot of time until market opens in the morning. And we've seen this before. You know, British market opens up. This thing tanks. Or we finally get the push. There's still the fake out scenarios where we get above and then come screaming right back down or down. Get the bears excited. Now, a fake out will probably look like this. It'll happen in a day. Like, it'll come back down and then roaring back up, and that's when we go for it to the upside. Right now, if that happens to you guys, it's called a fake out for a reason. You didn't see it come and it faked you out. Juked you out of a position, right? That's not where you should be getting emotional. That's not, you don't want to, what's it, die on that hill? I gotta find that saying. That's just not the one you want to hang your hat on. You know, don't not go short because it might be a fake out, because then you're gonna be thinking down here like, well, I guess I should have gone short back there. That's the speculation part in the market. You'll look back on this moment and be happy you clicked that thumbs up. Yeah, 118 of you guys in here. Of the 43 that hit the thumbs up, I appreciate you. Everyone else, if you're on a mobile device, click the X on live chat, thumbs up, back on live chat, bing, bang, boom. Got yourself some good karma there. It didn't cost you anything. Look at that, green candle. It looks like some of you guys hit the thumbs up, all of a sudden the green candles pop up. If you want this to rally, hit the thumbs up. If you're in puts and you don't want it to rally, you should really hit the thumbs up. Don't pull a Kevin. Listen, guys, Kevin's brand new to the market. Like it because you're real. You reamed me out last time, but you really don't take. I can't. I can lead you guys on, but this whole Meet Kevin thing. I'm about to do a video on my reaction to Meet Kevin selling. Well, guys, he's not a market maker. He's got an influence, but those guys have a Robinhood account. Most of them followed him on Webull or Public because they wanted their free share for $5. Okay, that's not moving markets. Now, yeah, Kevin could probably move Smile Direct Club. And if you're following him for financial advice and you haven't looked into him, then I'd say the problem is in you, not him. I don't think he's scamming anybody. But he also just started this whole stock thing. He hasn't been in this thing for a decade. He's just brand new. He's doing things for YouTube views. He was doing real estate stuff, doing great. Love his YouTube videos for real estate. And he's like, hey, stock market's getting some views. Let's do some stuff on that. Let's talk about the stock market. And then he buys things, then all of a sudden he sells things, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's such a, I don't know what everyone's saying, but hang on. Oh, I don't have my wallet. Just use the city one.
Where is it?
Upstairs. Anyway, back to the rant. Anyway, if you guys were that worried about Meet Kevin, then he reminds you every 30 seconds there's a coupon that's expiring. It never does. You can literally and physically never pay full price for his course, but he told his course members, just do that. Just sign up for that and then follow all of his plays. But I would read the comments of everybody who has been following his plays. Just like when you come onto my streams. If you're curious how I do, 1, pay attention. Or 2, ask the people in the chat, hey, how does Don do things? Does he do all right? You could just watch an older video and then just check the charts. You already have the answer key. Go to my YouTube video, click videos. Go back a couple streams, click that, pull up a real life chart. Well, Don was saying bullish here. Look, the green candles came. It was like it was magic. Don just bought another vet while streaming. No. But on that note, like I want to tell you guys I'm bullish, but I'm hammering this out a lot that I'm thinking relief rally, lower high, we come back down. And if you think I'm pulling a Kevin because we break this level and I tell you guys on that next YouTube video how much money I made in puts, then you're high. You're not paying attention. That's your fault. Let's see. Yeah, there's a... Now, anything I say about other YouTubers that are bigger, it's obviously jealousy. The difference is they make their money from YouTube. They don't make their money from trading. It is what it is. You getting the Cybertruck? Yeah, if it ever comes out. I sure would like to get my Cybertruck. I had the Tesla Model Plaid ordered, but then they canceled it because I wanted the one with the extended battery. Alright. But yeah, I'll even defend Kevin. Like, why would you hold that stuff all the way down? And Kevin told you guys he's buying, I know every day it's buy the dip and his coupon course is something's gonna expire. Or there's a cloud in the sky. Does that make you think you're gonna die? Because he sells life insurance. That's 30 seconds of every video. No matter what 30 seconds you're in, you're gonna hear that. Things change. Okay? Buy the dip, buy the dip. Hey, that red candle, just a little bit bigger than the last one. Maybe I don't want to be this much long. This whole, I'm going to hold things. I'm going to bag hold. There's a movement, like, oh, paper hands. Like, whatever. I'll have money in my account, and you guys can complain on social media about how I had paper hands. Like, sure, I'll skip some red candles. I'll go short on the way down. I'm depressed, 2023. P-Dog, what are you saying? Don does all right. It's not even that he sold, it's that he FOMO'd back in the next day, then sold the next day after that. That's what I would expect from someone brand new in the stock market. And if you started in 2020, that's not how the stock market works. Sorry, find somebody who's been in the market longer than that, and they can tell you, because you're probably just like, for some of you guys, this is the most red you've ever seen. Because, oh my gosh, the dip didn't work. And you bought the dip 47 times on the way down. And then it breathed some little hope into your life because a green candle popped up, and then that next one slapped you across the face. Oh, about the Cybertruck not coming. Yeah. The real ones are underrated today. YouTube is full of snake oil salesmen. Yeah, if you can play the YouTube game, you're doing good. I'm going to try to play the YouTube game, which is why I need you guys to subscribe to this channel. It's the old, all of these are short, sweet, to the point. Man, I'm sorry if you hear all that noise upstairs, but that's going to drive me crazy. Hang on. All right, get back to stream. Anyway, go subscribe to this one. Every week we do the stock market expected move. That comes out on Saturday, and then if there's any cool stuff, we'll talk about on there. Also, if you're brand new, watch this playlist, How I Trade, updated. Jake's hitting you with the link to this chat right now. If you're watching this as a recording, click on live chat, and you'll see this link. It'll take you right to it. That will explain and get things up to speed on these zones, how I enter them, how I manage my risk, everything about them. There is a reason these have different colors. Now I'm watching these yellow ones, they are 4-hour time frame. These pink, purple ones, whatever color it is, weekly. The higher the time frame, the stronger it is, I believe. The lower the time frame, the lower the noise. If you're looking at this on a 1-minute time frame, think of all the buyers in the world. You have everybody buying on the 1 minute. That's a smaller group. That's the scalpers, I don't know, gamblers, for lack of a better term. Now go to the 5-minute time frame. Now you have everybody on the 5-minute and the 1-minute inside that 5-minute candle. So just add that going up. The 4-hour time frame has all the time frames underneath it. So if all the buyers are there, I get to see all the buyers in those time frames. Same thing with weekly and even higher and so on. So that's my sweet spot, is the 4-hour. But I know when it doesn't work, when things get choppy, you'll hear me talk about futures more. And it's because I'm in the futures contracts. There, because of the leverage aspect, and I am scalping at that point. I'm on like the 15-minute time frame on there. So it's about it's like a mechanic having a wrench and a ratchet. Sometimes one is better than the other. Account size recommended for your mentorship. Whatever you want. What's your plan? Are you trying to learn or what? The one thing I would say is that you need to play what your account allows you to. Risk management, how I do it, scales up and down, how big or small. But if you're going to try to jump in the chat and copy some other people's plays, you see Jake's the admin. You probably don't want to follow some of us into our Amazon plays, because those are $10,000, $15,000 a contract, and that goes to zero or it makes money. So risk management is more important than your account size. In the end, it's a percentage game. So if you're trading shares, can you buy fractional shares? The downside to a smaller account is, if you only have $3,000, you can buy one share of Amazon, or you can buy a fractional share and just do a percentage of your portfolio in there. Some tickers you have to pay to play. And if you can't, there's ways to weasel your way into those, and that's what you shouldn't do. Like, there's cheaper options contracts. Let's just pull up an options contract right now. If you can't play Amazon because it's a $3,000 ticker, when I trade this, I'm buying this. That's at the money, $8,000. I'm usually another week out, so it costs anywhere on. I'll show you. We go 2 weeks out. Right here. That's $11,000. Now let's say I go in the chat and say, hey, I grabbed this contract. I think Amazon's going to go up. Now I'm putting $11,000 on the table. And you think, crap, Don's usually right. He calls these out. I'm going to copy. You don't have $11,000. You don't have that to risk. So you have a $1,000 account. You're thinking, one, you might grab a $1,000 contract. You might chop it in half and grab a $500 contract. And I would sell people these contracts. Left, right, front, and center. How many do you want? There's a huge difference. So I guess my question would be, what are you doing? What asset class are you in? What, hang on. Hit the thumbs down for puts to prints. Nope. Can't do that. He must be lagging. I don't know. I am adding futures to the trading suite. And then it's going to be futures next, and then Forex. So it's kind of back and forth on that one. FX Retracer. These admins are on point now. The whole point of admins now is so I can focus on you guys as a community. That's why YouTube hates this channel, because I like talking to you guys. But if you ever do come in here and try to troll or anything, it is a race to delete you so fast you're curious if the comment even went through. Alright, let's get back to the stream. I can't stress it enough. We're horizontal. We're going to break to the up. We're going to break to the down. If we do break up, people, man, a green candle comes up and you guys are very quick to forget the red that got you there in the first place. And everyone's going to start talking about all-time highs. We break this to the upside. If we even break this weekly zone, I know there's going to be some people talking about all-time highs. That was the dip. That was the correction. The market needed a correction. They'll sound sophisticated with it. And they're going to talk about all-time highs. And I would rather tell you guys that's not happening and be wrong than just go on a limb and say, no, we're headed to all-time highs. Like, no, that's somebody that can't let go of what's happening. This market just changed. From here forward, things just changed. We went from making higher lows to lower lows. So now, to keep that on track, we're going to make a lower high. When that changes, we get back to bullish. We push up. We pull back and make a higher low. Now a case will be made. Until then, no. Anyway, what's up with you guys? What are some tickers? We still got a few minutes. Let's break some stuff down for you. For those that are quick, IWM. As far as this goes, SPY is the only one pricing in a higher move. So if you look right here, this is the expected move for the week. IWM, if we go to the top side, still not breaking last week, so I thought this was interesting. QQQ, again, inside week from last week. Watch SPY. SPY, we're actually pricing in a little bit higher. So I thought that was interesting. Again, if you want all the explanations, that's actually this video right here. Drawing those up and talking about them. OEG, Orbital Energy Group. What are they orbiting? The core of the Earth? No. My question to you is, are you short? Guys, if you're going to call out a ticker, let me know if you're long or short, especially if it looks like this. Because if you're short, I would just say that's probably the play. I'd put my stop at probably 175. But if you're long, I got to ask why. Like, why would you be long this? The whole herd's headed south. Maybe you called that a support, and I'd put my stop at 145. That'd be it. If I'm in this now, 145 would be it, and then I'm out. Yeah, there is no PDT in futures. No. Futures are leveraged. Man, and then there's sometimes, like on TradeStation, there's a day rate where one contract, instead of costing $1,100 for the mini, is now like $300. You know, stocks are probably the least functional way to get into this market. If you're looking to actually trade, is it functional? Maybe there's a better word for that. But like futures and Forex, you could probably do a lot more, but it is leveraged and it's a different asset class. I got in B big. Any thoughts on it? I'm long. Well, I'm in B big. I will share my thoughts on that. You said I reamed you last time you called something out, and then you called this ticker, and it looks like this. What are you doing? Are we buying things that look like this, or are we short? Short tech at a rally? I agree. AMD. That alert goes off, I would go short. You really got to watch out for sellers right here. I think AMD has a hard time getting above 116.50. You're long. What are you doing? Why? This is exactly what I preach against. If it goes from the upper left to the lower right, why are you long? I mean, count the candles. More red than green. Like, you are holding someone else's position. Someone is thanking you for buying their shares. Hopefully there is a pop, and I would use that to manage my position. Hopefully, like, is this going to be an energy play for you? Because why is the energy sector doing amazing? This one not. Went long on, I don't know what to do to cut loss or hold. It's an oil slash solar slash energy. Here's the energy sector. I'd say yours is broken because the energy sector is ripping. You bought this for energy. It's the broken one. Did they put these solar panels on upside down? Do they know solar panels supposed to face the sun, not face the earth? Because that might be a question I have for management. You said, can I try out $100 on AMD? It looks like a zone. Yeah, actually, right here. You're right. That's... Yeah, and that's... I don't want to say it's all the bounce, but if we test that zone again with yet another lower high, I don't think that zone holds. I think there's just a couple buyers there, and then they fail. HAL, looking at February 18th options. Which ones? Calls or puts? There's probably a lot of them. HAL. It's February 18th. There's a lot of puts being bought on it. A lot less call. That is definitely skewed to the put side. AMD does have earnings on Tuesday. Is that going to be the market mover? Chips come back for the rally. There was a lot of options being bought on AMD. A lot of calls. All right, so she's looking at calls right here. Maybe she, he, whatever. I know I just said she. Sorry, I said Rihanna. Sorry, I read it fast. Yeah, whatever you are. I definitely can't assume it's 2022. You looking at calls? So if I'm in calls, there's two ways you can buy calls, and you can manage it and get out and cut your losses, salvage it for what's left. Or you can put all your risk in the capital. Like, hey, I'm going to buy this call. It's going to zero, or I'm going to put my stop in the green. Those are the two options. Like for me, I like risking $2,000. I'm either buying one contract that costs $2,000, or I'm putting my total in that. Or let's say I spend $10,000 on options contracts and I'm cutting it at 2K loss. But right now, I would not want it breaking $30. Risking capital, debit spreads. Yeah, then there's the spread factor of it. Spreads are a little bit easier. If I'm buying spreads, for me personally, spreads I rock to zero. Let's say I buy a call spread and it drops down. I'll put my take profit. I have it set at 50%, but I'll move it to break even. If it instantly goes against me, I'm like, all right, let's just roll the dice, see if I can't get out of it. But when I take the call spread, it's to go to zero. So when it does come down, it'll hit max loss. But I've seen plenty turn right back around and in the trade green. Stalker mom in my Discord. Stalker. I see what you did there. Like stocks, but soccer. But reading that out loud. Stalker mom, huh? How's my furniture oriented in the house? Do you know? Do you hide in the bushes or in a tree? A good time to sell puts if you would like to get assigned something. Yeah. Puts are juiced up. I would sell puts on things that I actually wouldn't mind owning. But I'd be careful with that. I would want things to hold. I'd probably want to see another green candle for me to sell puts. You're hiding in a tree. That's pretty sweet. If you could do me a solid, there's some Christmas tree lights. Could you just cut some zip ties up there? Hood equals the next AMC. That's funny. Oh, man. I know Kathy bought some Hood. Something like that. I think Hood, so I actually like the app. I know everyone loves to hate on it, but because people that love to hate on Robinhood have no idea that's what every other brokerage does too. And they're just like, yeah, headlines. What's my own research? But I do think, if we're going to talk about management and fundamentals, Vlad does need to go. Just for how he handled the situations. I'm hoping somebody like, if I'm buying Hood, all it would be is like how I'd trade a SPAC. I'd put some money in there. Hopefully there's a buyout. E-Trade buys it and then sends it up, and then we call it a day. I think Neo could be a 5X in the next year. Oh my gosh, I got some people in the mentorship. Their ears just perked up. Yeah, Don, could it? Could Neo get to $100? One time it was supposed to go to 75. It was that time, and it never did. Could it? Yeah, it's probably not the right question to ask in the stock market, because things can do a whole lot of things. Would it surprise me? I don't know if I would be surprised. I certainly wouldn't take that play. They'd have to say we're coming to the United States. GM went bankrupt, so we're just going to take over, their factories. So we already got the platform. We already got the lines. We're just going to start selling Neo cars in the United States. The Euro market, everything's just rocking. Then maybe it could. But I don't know. AMD IV is 100. Still buy calls, IV crush. I mean, I buy stuff when IV's high. When the IV's high, it's high stakes table. You got to pay to play. There are people that run out there and chase that IV because they want to sell you that premium, and those people get smoked just as much. When you get into a call option, you can buy or sell to open that call option. IV's high for both. There's a strategy on each side. But there's also a reason the IV is high. People are looking at it. I'd buy Hood milk, but not the Hood stock. mRNA. Where'd that go? Is it a big fat pump and dump? Probably. But they made a vaccine. Think of the billions they made pumping that idea into your guys' head. And then right on back down. Hood F themselves with GME. Yeah. Yeah, but everybody F themselves with GME thinking there was a movement. And then, you know, big picture, they let everyone believe that just so they could take your money. And you fell for it. Oh, hang on. Eddie, are you here? I know he's holding GME. He does not want me to. He does not want to hear that. He's having no part of that. IMMR insider buying. That's interesting. Big fat pump and dump. Yeah. Which one does the dividend? It's not Moderna. Is it Pfizer? Okay. Yeah. That'd be the one I care about. Wherever that play was at. Pfizer looks better. But yeah, mRNA does look like a pump and dump. YouTube members chat always lurking. IMMR. We got four more minutes. Let's do some more. Insider buying. Did you read that on StockTwits or Twitter? Because that looks like something somebody posted in a Twitter account to try to pump this thing up. I'm willing to bet you heard that from one of those sources. Personally, if I was buying this, I'd have to put my stop at 420. mRNA is a blast. Great range. If you want to call that a range, yeah. Be big. I told you about it. I told you guys I would do be big. What's that thing up to? Uh-oh. Is that a head and shoulders with the little, like, kink in his neck? It's holding this 270, 292. Look at it go. We'll do after hours. Oh, back down 290. Saw the pump. And now most pump and dumps, especially if you've been watching my channel, and we've talked about this a lot. It pumps up. Then there's the second with the try hard, so it's lower high, and then it does bleed out. I actually sold 350 calls on this when it did pump up. Rolled those. Sorry, I was selling 350 calls back here. It pumped up, rolled those, collected all that money on those. Those expired last week, so that was nice. If you're going to be in B big, I have a friend that's in B big, and he loves to just think this thing's going to the moon. He's going to sell it at $10 because that's where it's average at, and that's how most people play stocks. I'm only going to sell when I'm green, never when I'm red. And if you're going to be in this, I would at least collect some rent on those shares. If you're in this at an average of 3, sell the 350s. You could even sell the 3s. It won't be a losing trade as long as you collected that premium. But I would be trying to do something like that to not watch my money go to zero. Okay, Eric Singer, director, on December 13th, 2021, executed purchase for 143,000 shares in IMMR for 744,000. Following the Form 4 with the SEC. So that move's been made. So he's down. What is your prediction for Amazon? They stopped selling things. Right now it looks like the tech market. Drop base. It's going to be a drop base rally or a drop base drop. If it did rally to this, I'm personally going to buy puts on that. Did you sell half of Apple or waiting for a rally? I already sold half my Apple. I did that before. I can show you where I sold it. Not the top zone. I sold it right here. Oh, no. So I told you, you're talking about the next, I told you I was going to cut it in half again. Is that, if that's what you're talking about, I've not done that. My whole Apple position as a whole, cut it in half right here. I did say after this rally I was going to cut it in half again. And I'll probably do that tomorrow. I do need to keep an eye on that. I didn't even think about that on Friday. If we do get to that zone, I'm selling another half of my Apple. Don cutting through emotions like a samurai master. Let's see. Rivian wants Samsung Tech, you heard? Rivian probably wants their stock to go back up too. Whew. To the people that said I was dumb for selling at 147. That didn't last long. Sorry, especially if you're still in this. I guess I'd be bullish if it broke above 70 bucks. Other than that, it's just headed south. You know, you don't need Cleopatra to tell you that's just headed lower. Until it establishes a floor, we've talked about this quite a bit. Where is that? Oh, almost had it. Right there. Give or take a penny, it'll at least hold that. Another one is Lucid. I'm not in puts, so congrats to everybody that's still going to be holding those. Hopefully that does gap down for you in the morning. Mine tagged out. I closed mine. I guess I would keep an eye out here. Breaks below that. I'd worry about buyers there. If it actually does pump up, I'm going to short it again. Roblox. R.I.P. I think Pelosi, what she did was she found out everybody was talking about her. She goes, oh, you guys want to follow my plays? This is what you guys get for kind of outing me like that. So she tosses up a few more plays, gladly pushes that information forward because she had the insider trading. She knew it was going to go down, and she stuck it to you. That's what it looks like she's doing because all of her plays are down. Bitcoin crashing. We talking today, yesterday? When is Bitcoin crashing? Somebody asking for the Discord. Hang on, what's in the description? Link is in the description. They always are. Like all the other YouTubers, all the cool stuff is there. You think Apple will just go down the rest of the year? Why are you selling? I have a lot of Apple. Even though I cut it in half, I still have a lot of Apple. Apple and Ford are something I just would take profits and just shovel. I would just buy shares of and just hoard that, and I would sell contracts against it. And I think I could put that money better somewhere else. That's why. What's up, Vinay? With the market where it's at, would you take it easy on selling puts? I would. I would definitely. I wouldn't sell those puts and kick my feet up on the desk. Ryan, I just read your comment. All the money pumping it into your arms. A little vaccine action. I tried finding the comment for whatever's in the description. Everything is in the description. There's the Teachable link where my course is at. Going forward, that course comes with my mentorship. So it's the donfranshow.teachable.com. And that is where I have a chat and I do go live every night. You have Ford and GM puts. Ford actually has earnings next week. Doesn't GM as well? The interesting thing about Ford now is they don't sell cars anymore. And this is the first quarter that they don't have cars. So it's all trucks and SUVs because America. And that's what they make money on. Those actually held them all back. So I'm kind of curious to see what they do announce as far as profits go overall. But Ford was never an EV play. That was just a sector rotation. I can get behind you. Short and GM. GM's so stupid. They make the Corvette. That's it. So because I bought 3 Corvettes last year, I get to make fun of Chevy. You know, I earned that right. They still suck. If Chevy breaks that, I would short it all day until they brought the dividend back. Or until, like I said, Tesla buys them. Somebody else buys them because they're going bankrupt. All right, guys, I do have to hop off here. I do have to get to my mentorship chat right now. So if you are interested in that, that is, again, the Teachable link down below. I hope you subscribe to everything. Hit the thumbs up. If you're curious what that actually looks like, my free Discord chat is also linked down below. And you can scroll up because last week we went live every day for everyone. Chevy trucks are the best. That makes sense because you did buy OEG. I do construction and diesels are the best. Man. You're killing me. I was trying to think if I would even. Ford would be number one. It's a close second between Dodge or Chevy. Probably have to be Dodge though. All right, 219 of you guys. Appreciate you. If you are joining at the last bit, go to the beginning. That's where I break down the futures in the market. There is a very important rant in there. No matter who you watch, no matter who your YouTube favorite is, check that out in the beginning. Mentorship, we're going live right now. Everyone else, I'll see you guys in